Customers' expectations has changed a lot over the last decade. Now, historically as banks, our job was to take in people's paycheck, keep it safe, and allow them to get access to it. That has changed. We have been trained over the last 10 years to expect much, much more from our service providers. We expect them to tell us, how do we do better? I expect my bank to come to me and say, Soren, I think I can improve your financial situation by lowering your mortgage rate, by maybe get a HELOC instead of your credit card debt. So what we have found was that 78% of customers are very interested in receiving guidance or advice from their bank. 29% got it, so we're not there yet. Out of those 29%, 58% actually followed the guidance and advice they got from their bank. Now, if we think about the implication of that, as a bank, you get to go back to what banking is all about. You get to go back to, this is all about helping my customers. It's all about improving my customer situation. So typical pain points for bank customers are simple things. I saw a chart I didn't anticipate. I'm running out of checks and my debit card was declined. And with customers not going to branches anymore, we spent a number of years trying to figure out how do we address that. And it all became very transactional. You can call the contact center, and the contact centers are generally good. Now, during COVID, wait times went up dramatically. We saw wait times sometimes up towards half an hour, which is a really long time to be actively waiting. And if we think about it, why do we call the call center? I don't think anybody ever said, I love calling the call center. And it's not because they're not great people. They are. I really like them. The challenge is the reason why I call a contact center is that I want to make sure I've been heard. We tend to think about contact center, branches, engagement with our customer as being downside management. Something happened, it was not optimal, and now we need to do service recovery and make my customer as happy as possible. I think we need to go beyond that. Help me when I need it. We know there are 6 or 7 life stages where we really need help. When we graduate, when we get our first job, when we get married, when we have children, when the kids go to college, when we downsize, if we divorce, when we move out. There are a number of life stages where our bank is so much better positioned to help me. And I had a personal experience with that. When I moved to the US 13 years ago, I met with my banker. I had expected it to be a fairly transactional relationship. He looked at me and saw mid-30s, married, expecting twins. And he pulled me aside and said, Soren, we should talk a little bit here. Said, he knew that in the next 3 years, my wife is going to tell me we're buying a house. My wife didn't know, I didn't know, we have never done it before, but Al knew. So he said, Soren, why don't I become nearly paternal and help you out here? And said, Soren, we need to build your credit score, and we can do that in a number of different ways. I didn't feel like my bank was trying to sell me something I didn't need. He was trying to help me. So when I, 2 years later, were to buy a house, I called him up and said, hey, Al, you know me. How much should I spend on a house? Don't give me the online calculators. I did them. They don't tell me anything. They tell me what is feasible, possible, or doable. Tell me what would a reasonable person do. Now I was like, well, Soren, I know you and the twins going to be expensive. This is how much you want to spend. So when I needed my mortgage, I didn't go shopping for it. I just went to my trusted guy. Now, I think historically we have also been trained to understand that this is the privilege of the really wealthy, to have their own bank on call. And I think with technology, with the right platform, the right infrastructure in place, we have commoditized this. Now, any customer can have their own banker. With customer expectations changing, the technologies we as bankers should be looking for has changed as well. And I want you to do one thing for me. Forget everything you know about banking. Just think about, how do you engage with your friends? How do you engage with your mechanic, with your babysitter, with your gardener? You don't go to their home. You don't call them up between 8 and 5. What do? You message with them. You send a Facebook Messenger, a WhatsApp, an SMS. So why is it has to be so hard when I work with my bank? So as a bank, think about that for a minute and say, how do we let customers do with us what they have done with the rest of the world for the last 10 to 20 years? The technology exists. It's possible to do. Just set higher expectations to our service providers. Push them a little bit, tell them we have to make this like the rest of the world.